What is up today, guys? It's Mystic Dreamcatcher, and today we have what you guys have been fucking waiting for. What if there is a season with only winners / runner-ups? Here are the teams I chose. I have decided to go for Screaming Gophers and Killer Bass, just cause I feel like a season like this should go back to its old roots. That way everyone can kind of have like a sense of how long it really has been and how far they have gotten. Now here are the 16 winners / runner-ups of the whole Total Drama franchise. If you guys like this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Alright, let's get it. So, obviously with this being like all winners, everyone is, for the most part, kind of good. Now with that being said, I'm gonna assume Screaming Gophers loses, and what's gonna happen is I feel like, the girls realizing they're on the, minority, like they would band together and MacArthur would be able to get her way into Brody, and then I feel like getting Beth is super simple. And Owen, as much as he likes Al, I don't think he likes Lightning, and I'm not sure. I feel like Shawn and Owen would be pretty, neutral. So, ultimately, I feel like the first person voted out of a season like this, I feel like Owen's probably in this group, because he's too nice to be over here with these guys. With that being said, 16th place, Lightning. I know he's an antagonist, and antagonist going first doesn't really make sense, especially such a strong one like Lightning. But at the same time, this is how I view it would go. Now, Screaming Gophers, I'm actually gonna say they lose back-to-back, and this time, I feel like the guys are getting up and probably talking to MacArthur, because as MacArthur, as much as she likes this female alliance, she knows the bottom line is strength, and she don't give two fucks if you a female or not. So I feel like these would just band together and probably vote off Beth. She's not getting very far this season. She got 2 episodes worth of screen time. I think that's enough. Alright, now I feel like Killer Bass finally get their turn. For once, I'm gonna say Heather and Gwen probably try to make like a power duo. And obviously they're getting Duncan and Jeff. Now these 4 realizes they're on the out, so I think when they lose, they immediately go into halves. TDI versus etc. So I think these 4 would probably Heather, which is crazy. I'm gonna say these 4 vote Cameron. So Heather and Cameron. I'm not even gonna use a wheel because Heather is clapping Cameron's every day. I'm sorry for those who likes Cameron, but he's not doing toe-to-toe with Heather. Hell no. With that being said, I'm gonna do a little bit of a team switch because I feel like these 4 all on a team like this is a little bit of a OP. And I feel like the producers may not want that. So I'm gonna say that Heather comes up here and MacArthur comes down here. Alright, there we go. She's obviously with her partner. And then that leaves these 3 on the out. It doesn't matter now because Screaming Gophers is going to go ahead and lose. Now this is 13th place, last one on this row. And once again, I feel like it's a 3v3. I'm going to say it's Alejandro and Brody. Alright, here we are. Alejandro versus Brody. The 2 are going in a challenge-like thing. I wonder who's going to win. Whoever it lands on, that person loses, and that person is Brody. That's probably realistic. Alejandro and Heather letting themselves be known. Alright, congratulations, everyone moving on up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and say Killer Bass. Go ahead. They giving MacArthur right back. She switched for 1 challenge. Getting passed like a cheese tray. Alright, 12th place, Screaming Gophers. I feel like Owen ain't fucking with Heather and Alejandro. And so he probably comes over here and votes Heather, which is, the most realistic. Because I know he has somewhat of a... I know he likes Al more than Heather. And yes, I'm purposely saying Al as Owen because he fucking uses that. Alright, which means 11th would most likely go to Killer Bass. And now I feel like it's another split tie. So I think they're probably voting Sky and Duncan. Alright, and here we are, Sky versus Duncan. Both of them are a really strong competitor. Whoever it lands on, that person loses, and it's Duncan. Wow. He's the only TDI character who hasn't clapped cheeks in this challenge. Alright, well, bye-bye, pussy boy. 10th place, going to Screaming Gophers. And with that being said, I feel like I just don't know. MacArthur's probably noticing that the merge may come up soon, and he's also noticing that they voted her boyfriend off, or quote unquote, maybe they made up afterwards. I'm hoping that's what they did. Even though Brody is too good for MacArthur ugly ass. Anyway, I feel like she comes over here and says, you know what, Zoe bitch ass is still in here, and so is her boyfriend. That's not fair. My shit got voted off, your shit got voted off, so let's go to her shit. And I feel like they're able to convince Owen pretty easily. Goodbye. Which means we have the last one before the merge. 9th place going to Killer Bass, which means Screaming Gophers. Congratulations, you won invincibility. And they have to vote off one more person. Now, obviously, Gwen and Jeff are probably the big targets, and I personally don't think any of these guys would do anything to jeopardize, their likelihood of winning. And them seeing the merge come up, they probably voting Gwen, which is sad. 9th place, good job. Which means congratulations, these final 8, they have actually made it to the merge, and I believe this is I think this would be like a good merge. This is a good variety. Everything's good. Now, usually I do a wheel for invincibility, but I'm not gonna do that this time unless I think it's like actually a tie. Now, just for the sake of story and plot armor, I'm gonna say Alejandro wins immunity. And even though Owen and Jeff don't really trust him, they kind of have to due to them being on the outs. And they probably getting MacArthur. She's kind of turning into like a semi-villain just because she's realistic. Which means that Sanders is probably with her. 8th place, going to this bitch, Sky. A sad day, but Sky did pretty well to make it this far as a Pactail Island character. Alright, now with that being said, I am going to bring only one person back. And that one person is, you know what, I'm gonna say go ahead and come back, my boy Lightning. I don't know why, but I just feel like, him coming up over the horizon on a boat, flames in the background, that kind of shit. He back. Now, he's just kind of coming over here with the rest. Alright, so now 8th place again, I feel like immunity would go to Shawn, meaning 8th place again is now Mike. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and say Shawn wins again. Plot armor, immunity, you know how it is. Alejandro and Lightning are in deep with their friendship since they both kind of have the same mindset. I don't know if they had a friendship in All-Stars or not, but if they didn't, that's bullshit. Because they definitely think the same. Kinda. Now, with him winning invincibility, now with Lightning and Al, I feel like they can go to MacArthur and, Alejandro will promise her a deal. And Alejandro is probably, no offense, using his romantic moves on MacArthur because she likes that kind of body. Now, would she be able to get Sanders? I really don't know because I feel like Sanders would be torn because this side is obviously the antagonist, but she doesn't want to go against her partner. So what I'm gonna say happens is she doesn't vote at all. These 3 vote Jeff, and then these 3, you know what, I'm gonna say vote her, which means by default, since she did not vote, it's her. And the reason I said they vote her is because MacArthur and her is still here, and a team like that this deep is no bueno, which means congratulations, top 6. Now she's pissed because these bitches voted her partner off. So these 3, I feel like invincibility goes to Owen. These 3 voting Shawn now. And then these 3 voting Alejandro. Now between Shawn and Alejandro, I'm going to go to the wheel because I really don't know. Alright, here we are. This would be a very big battle since both are very competitive and strong. Whoever it lands on, that person loses. And that person is Alejandro. Wow. That's actually a little bit surprising. Alright, now we're down to the final 5. Feel like Lightning is winning invincibility, getting MacArthur on his side, and then seeing Shawn is on the outs, they'd probably get him and say, you know what, you vote with us, we won't vote you. He says bet. And there we go. 5th place going to my man, Owen. Alright, now the next to win invincibility. However, I think Lightning is probably crushing that shit again. And he's definitely getting MacArthur on his side. These 2 voting MacArthur, meaning it's a tie between MacArthur and Shawn. Alright, here we are. Shawn versus MacArthur. This means a lot. Final 4. Whoever it lands on, that person loses. And it's Shawn. Damn. That's very surprising. Which means congratulations, the final 3. I feel like Lightning is winning immunity. And he knows how strong MacArthur is. And just like last time, how he chose Cameron, I feel like he's choosing probably Jeff, since he's the weaker of the two, making MacArthur out. Because Lightning, he cares about alliances until the finals. He don't give 2 fucks, which means we have the final 2, and you guys are already guessing it. Yes, sir, I feel like the winner of winners would be Jeff. Just keep in mind, it's only my opinion. I feel like this would be a great season to watch. Definitely got some character development. If you guys like this, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Have a good day. Which means also, by the way, in another country, that means Lightning won again. Can you imagine Lightning winning twice, canonly? Oof.